Hey everyone, how's it going? Kyle coming at you from the 2014 GUMBALL 3000 to bring you this amazing opportunity. Just check out the Mercedes G63 AMG 6x6. This one in particular has been custom tuned by Brabus, the G700. Alright guys, I'm here with Ron in front of this stunning Brabus 6x6. Basically a giant on wheels. I mean, we haven't been able to catch up to this guy the entire time on the rally. The only way we were able to catch up to him is to get here like 2-3 hours early. This thing is insanely fast and it handles extremely well for what it is.
Yes, you saw.
Tell us a little bit more about it. Like, what does Brabus do to the 6x6?
Okay, originally it's done by a Mercedes G-Wagon factory in Austria. They got an order from the Australian Border Patrol, who goes for days on the borders to catch the illegals, so they have a lot of payload on it, and that's why the G-Wagon was done with the third axle on it.
Okay.
And then the director of G-Wagon, Axel Harris, he came today and said, why we cannot make this car also for civil use, for normal people, you know, who like to have fun in the car. Yeah. So he put the AMG 6.3 liter engine in it, yes?
Yeah.
And that's how the car came out. It is extremely luxury, it has all the comfort,
yeah. 4
individual seats in it. And then we met Bodo Brabus, you know, and he said, look, where AMG stops, that's where we start. I said, oh, you're my man. So they put the engine on bodybuilding, they make it up to 700 horsepower, yes. They make all the carbon parts on it. They make the exhaust system special from Titan steel, like the SLS Black Series has, yeah. With remote control. And the car is extremely well performing, yeah. I mean, okay, we have to buy some shares by some oil companies because, I mean, I think we calculated before we are back home, the GUMBALL, we burn about $10,000 of fuel.
Oh
you know?
my gosh!
Yeah. But it's all in the package. Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking from experience, I mean, I just took a ride in it with Ron. I mean, the acceleration is unbelievable. I mean, for something this size, it's unreal.
And it was comfortable. Yeah.
I mean, it's smooth too. I mean, he was flogging it through the field and stuff earlier. I mean, yeah. Going through bumps and whatnot, it's
yeah, I mean, you know, the part in the US to Washington was quite a big traffic jam.
Yeah. So
my co-driver was decided to take the forest.
Yeah.
So after half an hour there was a forest ranger who stopped us. He said, look, you wake up all the animals. Can you please go back on road? So we went back on the highway. There we got the highway police. Also want to have a look in the car. They heard already from the ranger that we were in the forest. And
yeah.
He said, did you went to the forest? I said, yes, we had a bear behind us, so that's why we need to speed up. So he said, please promise me one thing. As long as you're in the US, stay on road with this car. Because the mileage is quite substantial with the gas. You know, we're doing about 8 miles a gallon in the US. We have 2 tanks. So that makes it possible, while we're in driving mode, to take a fuel intake. So we have our dashboard, we have the pump, and then we can pump the fuel in the main tank and continue our journey without stopping. And that gives us a radius from about totally maximum 250 miles distance.
A maximum with both of them?
Yeah, with both full tanks,
oh,
yes.
Man.
And then you have to get $200 in and then you can go on again.
Unbelievable. Well, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate you talking with me today.
Thank you very much.
You got a fantastic vehicle. Thank you. So let's talk specs. The regular G63 features Mercedes M157 twin-turbo 5.5-liter all-aluminum V8 with 4 valves per cylinder, double overhead camshafts, dual variable valve timing, and direct injection. With the Brabus B63 700 tuning kit, it's then raised by 156 horsepower and 147 pound-feet of torque to a total staggering 700 horsepower and 708 pound-feet of torque. It's also available at a lower RPM range and sent through an AMG Speed Shift Plus 7-speed automatic gearbox. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 0 to 62 miles an hour is advertised at 4.4 seconds, which is absolutely astounding for a vehicle weighing over 4 tons. It's nearly 9,000 pounds. For those of you who don't know, Brabus is a German tuning company that specializes in Mercedes products, which also includes Maybach and Smart. You can either order the vehicle straight from them or bring it to one of their facilities for their mini tuning packages. For the 700 6x6, the stock turbochargers are replaced with larger Brabus units that put out increased boost pressure. The engine itself features gold heat shielding for the intake and charge air pipes, which help further lower the air intake temperature, in addition to unique carbon fiber covers and red accents. The ECU is also remapped, keeping everything in sync. Exhaust back pressure is lowered via unique catalytic converters and downpipes, which are then paired to a stainless steel sport exhaust system that feature butterfly valves that can be opened on demand for a menacing sound or quiet. Just like the regular G63, the traditional side pipes are prominently polished and feature the Brabus seal of approval. Speed is limited to 100 miles an hour, which can also be achieved while the differentials are fully locked in high range. The only way you can fully lock the 3 differentials of a standard G63 is in low range, and when fully locked, that vehicle is limited to just 50 miles an hour. The 6x6 has 5 mechanical differentials in all with 3 axles, 1 differential up front and 2 on each rear axle, which makes for quite an interesting torque split. When the first differential is locked, it sends 31% of the torque to the front wheels, and then forwards the remaining 69% to be divided between the rear axles. Those 5 differentials are controlled via the same 3 dash buttons as the regular G, but the architecture is the coolest part. The first button locks the center differential in the transfer case, while the second button simultaneously locks the 2 differentials within each rear axle. The third button locks the front differential. When it's all said and done, torque is split 31, 42, 27% from the front to the rear, actually giving it more of a rear-wheel drive character compared to some of other Mercedes 4-wheel drive offerings. Stopping power is fed through 6 large ventilated Brembo brakes. If needed, the huge 37-inch tires are centrally inflating like the Mercedes Unimog, and are able to go from flat to a road-ready 26 psi in around 20 seconds. Achieved via 4 5-gallon air tanks controlled by a large central compressor. Being that this central inflation system takes up more room than a regular G63 can allow, specific geared offset portal axles allow for the extra accommodation and give it an impressive 18 inches of ground clearance in total. Aiding to the aggression and durability, the 18-inch Unimog spec beadlock wheels are finished in matte black with red highlights. Other unique hardware includes stiffer gas bypass shocks, beefier springs, custom body add-ons including the carbon fiber fenders and aluminum components.
I can't believe I'm about to do this. But we're going to show the ground clearance by laying under it. God.
That's exactly what you said.
I feel like such an idiot. Oh my god!
Fording depth is up from 24 inches to 39 inches in total, while both approach and departure angles are significantly increased to 50 and 45 degrees respectively, along with an improved breakover angle of 21 degrees, helping aid in steeper grades and rock climbing. The additional 13.2-gallon fuel tank is activated via a switch within the stack above the rearview mirror, allowing for a total fuel capacity of 38.6 gallons. Inside, you have all of the creature comforts and luxury build quality that you would expect in a G63, including the diamond quilted leather specifically tailored by Brabus. In addition, you have 4 captain's chairs, all heated and ventilated, rear entertainment system, premium audio with navigation, including Brabus-specific aluminum paddle shifters located behind the steering wheel. The top stack features the controls for the central tire inflation system as well as switching between the different fuel tanks. As you would expect, build quality is top-notch with soft premium materials and leathers covering the majority of the touch points, in addition to satin aluminum trim and carbon fiber accenting.
Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the stunning Brabus G700 6x6. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.